Linda here. Thanks so much for joining me today as I play with these fun new release goodies from Avery Elle. I just fell in love with this sweet little peekaboo pets set, and you know, it was the little feet, the hooves and the pig's trotters and the little wings from the chicken. I just love their little feet, and I just imagined all different ways that I will make cards using them. So I hope you enjoy my card and my crafting process today. So first up, I have my Distress Oxides out, and I'm blending a rainbow on this piece of cardstock that is the same size as my usual card fronts. So just working my way through rainbow colours, picked raspberry, candied apple, then spiced marmalade, mustard seed, lucky clover, which you see me with here, and then it's on to peacock feathers and wilted violet, I believe. So they're a lovely group of colours together. They all blend beautifully, and of course the Distress Oxides are so easy to blend. It's a very quick process, and before you know it, you'll have your card all beautifully rainbowed up. Make sure you've got a nice amount of ink on your sponge and just tap it off, and you will find the blending process is easy peasy. Just going back to the colour beforehand and making sure that the blend between those two works well. And that's all you really need to do, and you'll have a beautifully blended piece. I'm then going to die cut from that this Avery Elle, what's it called? Oval burst die, and you get this beautiful sort of like a sun rays coming from the oval in the centre, and I'm going to use that as the focal point on my card today with all my lovely little animals inside it. Right, so I've chosen the 4 animals that I'm going to use for today's card. I've stamped them out with my Memento Tuxedo Black, which is of course Copic friendly, and I'll be listing all the Copics on the screen so you can see what colours I've used for the colouring today, and it's simple colouring. You'll have lots of fun with it. These are really fun little animals to colour up and not at all difficult. So I shall let you watch the colouring and enjoy it, and I'll be back to have more of a chat when we move on to the next step. So getting to the end of the colouring, onto the fourth little character here, and I've just added this line with my Copic marker. So I just wanted to have a change in colours there on the chicken. I just felt like his head and his body should be two different colours, so that's why I've just added that little frill for the neck, and that way I can change the colour up and add a little bit more interest to him. So just colouring the details on the rooster, and then it'll be time to die cut all the little pieces and arrange them on my card. You will notice that I've added my little pink cheeks. I do love them on my characters, and I'm just adding some white gel pen details now as well, which I always also think just brings out a little bit of something. And then it's time to grab all the dies out, and I will adhere them with some painter's tape to make sure they stay in place. Now this is the oval from the center that you get when you use that oval burst die cut, and I ummed about using this piece or changing it and using something that was more subdued in the background there, and then I decided that I quite liked the rainbow continuing right across the background, but that I would just add some detail to the center oval part, and so I used the cloud stencil from MFT and some white unicorn ink from Hero Arts to add some cloud detail. That fades out a bit too much for me, so then I decide that I'm going to add some Nouveau glimmer paste in Moonstone with this tiny little brush, makeup brush, and just adding it along exactly where the clouds went, and I am much happier with that. It just gives it a bit of shimmer and shine, a nice bit of detail for that center piece there in my card. That little piece I used there that I've got in my hand now, my husband made for me. Does anyone else have the problem of their fine tip applicators getting blocked? Well, I sure do. So my husband made that little wire piece with the little handle on it so that I could poke it into the top of my fine tip applicator to unclog it. Now I'm just putting some glue along the characters here. They're not stuck down yet. I'm just going to stick this part on the top, which I have backed with foam tape. You would have seen me cut that out and add it before. And now my little characters are all in the right position, and I can just add some foam, craft foam behind their bodies, and then they'll be the same height as the rest of the rainbow shape there. Then it's just a matter of adding liquid adhesive to that, adhering it so that it's all nicely centered, and I do put a couple of acrylic blocks on that just to hold everything down so that it really does dry nice and firmly. Adding some little flowers, and of course all the little feet and hooves and paws, a little flower in the dog's paw. I contemplated turning his little paw around. Would it look better like that? And I ended up just going back to having them both downwards like that. Adding the little pig's trotters. I just love them. I think they are so cute. And then it's time to work out my sentiment. So these speech bubbles are in the set. So I've just stamped them out with some VersaFine Onyx Black. I do stamp it twice to get a really bold black look, and then using the die cuts from the set to cut them, I've die cut some of the little stars, adding them around, and my card is complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon.